And now we're going to kick it on over to our on-the-spots correspondents, Cam and Dylan, to review another nut-crazy movie, The Lighthouse. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam.
Today we're reviewing Robert Eggers' The Lighthouse.
Here's the trailer.
Tell me, what's a timberman want with being a wiki?
Just looking to earn a living, just like any man. Starting new.
On the run. Keeping secrets, are you?
No, sir.
Why don't you spill your beans? Why don't you spill your beans? Why don't you spill your beans? How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
Okay, so The Lighthouse, at least for me, one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen.
By far.
But that does not say that, it's not good.
Yeah.
I really enjoy watching this movie. I think it is like a trippy experience. Yeah. And it is enforced by two of the best performances like I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe both go off in this movie. Great performances.
I remember I was a little bit worried because both of them are great actors, but when I heard it was basically just going to be a full movie of those two, what is it, like close to 2 hours, the movie?
Definitely.
I was definitely a little bit worried that it's going to get boring, but it really doesn't. It's just what the hell is happening?
Yeah, literally, even from the first scene, it's just the first shot is just wow, I'm clearly going into something that's crazy. It brings you into this world where it's just so secluded from the real world essentially, and you can't even tell what's real and what's not real half the time.
Yeah, probably my favorite part of the movie for me is at least because since it's kind of it's a horror movie, it's the sense of dread throughout the movie. It's just right when they got onto the island, you're like,
something's not right.
This is not going to be good.
Yeah, literally, and the tension that builds up between the two of them is perfect. And it takes a while. It is a slow burn, but once you get to the ending and it kind of crescendos at the end, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying. I think it comes full circle, and you're like, wow, maybe you don't understand what you just saw.
Yeah, it feels
but you're like, wow,
feels
okay.
like the audience is losing their mind along
literally,
with them.
yeah, that's the feeling you get. It's kind of these two characters are going insane, and you're going insane with them, which is kind of what I love about the movie.
Yeah. What did you think of the movie being shot in black and white?
Yeah, it also has the aspect ratio of the block, I don't even know what the aspect ratio is, but it has blocks on the side, so it's just kind of a square.
Yeah.
It kind of adds to that, seclusion,
the claustrophobic.
Very claustrophobic feeling. And the black and white, it just, because it's set in the 1890s, that time period, it goes very well with the setting. And I don't know if you know this, they literally built all the sets from scratch.
Yeah.
They looked everything up, only used materials that were used in the 1890s. It's so meticulous. And the setting is just perfect. You never really leave the setting, so it's the only setting you got. But I think that it being in black and white really does add to that.
Yeah, no, it was that, as you said, it was very meticulous. It felt like every single shot had a purpose. Eggers had this planned out for a while.
Literally, for sure. And the inclusion of the seagulls, he always uses animals in a way to cause terror. You don't know what the seagulls really mean.
Seagulls.
Yeah, literally. He always uses that as the stand-in for the horror aspect of the movie. And, I mean, you don't even know if it's more fantastical or if it's just like a down-to-earth, like, these two guys are just going insane.
Yeah.
And I love that ambiguity. I think it really, you know, adds to, like, the horror of the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit like The Shining. If you don't know, it's
Yeah.
like just Jack Torrance losing his mind, or
Mhm.
like the hotel, like, is like there's something evil there.
Yeah,
It's like you don't know if
honestly,
like
it's
that
very similar
area is
to that.
somewhat like there's like some evilness in the area, or
Uh-huh.
it's just like Pattinson and Defoe losing their minds.
Literally, and I just remember seeing this movie in theaters and just being like, wow. Like, I was just like, I've never seen a movie like this. It's very unique.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's
I'm
the perfect word for it.
I'm actually definitely disappointed I didn't watch it in theaters, because that must have been quite.
No, it was, again, like, that first shot just brings you right into it. You're like, holy crap, like, and, like, the sound of, like, the boat, it leaves the island, and you're like, okay, I guess I'm here, I'm stuck with these guys.
Yeah.
Literally the sense of time is also another thing in the movie that I love. You have no clue how long these two have spent on the island.
Yeah.
It could be years,
It's
it
like
could be
contradicting
months.
every time.
Literally,
like,
yeah.
Pattinson's like, I've been here for like this long, and Defoe's like, what are you talking about?
Definitely one of the most unique movies I've ever seen. That being said, what would you rate this movie out of 10?
I'd actually have to give it a 9 out of 10. Like, it's a really high rating, but I just
Yeah.
thought the performances were great, the cinematography was great,
Oh,
the writing
perfect.
was great. And I feel like just the atmosphere of the movie, it's like really unsettling, and like
Yeah.
it's not something that most horror movies these days can, like, you know, get that like.
I'm actually
unsettling
gonna,
atmosphere.
I'm gonna have to totally agree with you. I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10 because there is really no movie you can put side by side and compare it to. It stands on its own, and I mean, if you haven't seen it already, check it out. Like, The
Yeah.
Lighthouse.
Definitely.
Back to the studio.
That's all for this week. If you want to follow more Review Crew content, go to the Review Crew Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as Orange TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube.
Find the Review Q's podcast on Spotify or on our website at orangetvnetwork.syr.edu, where you can find also our blog and more OTN information.
Also, be sure to check out Friday Night Movie Night on OTN. This week's movies are The General, He Walked by Night, and Plan 9, Outer Space.
See you next week.